Oh, I forgot to get a drink. Oh, well. Hi, Barbara Clock. Yeah, you're here before me. Very good, Barbara. Yay, Barbara's here. How are you? There is a lag, so wow, I keep on losing subscribers. It's amazing. I love YouTube. Can't complain. Wow. I'm glad you're here. Let's wait a couple of minutes for folks to come in. You're making dots like crazy. Hi, Julie. Barbara's making dots, which I'm sorry, I think they're misnamed. They're rather large circles. Hi, Candy. Large circles of fabric that Jerry Bellini is calling dots, but there's dots on squares of fabric. Hi, Cindy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Howdy to you. It's inspired by Tanya. All right. Everyone's Hi, Marguerite from lovely, beautiful British Columbia. Did I hear you say it was raining there or overcast or something? Something that doesn't normally happen? I don't think. Hi, Kathy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So great to see all of you. Gail. Hi, Gail. Happy Sunday to you. It's a balmy 93 here. That's the warmest it's been. But it is summer and it is Florida. And all I can say is thank God for air conditioning. And I say it every week. People lived here before air conditioning. Not as many people, I don't think. But people did. Yeah, 28. Oh, 28 would be warm for you guys. No, it's sunny. Okay. 65. Oh my gosh. Wow, 65. That sounds like February for here. Yeah, we see that 65 maybe in February. That's lovely. Lucky you. So how cold does it actually get there? I mean, in the winter. Does it moderate? I mean, does it fluctuate a lot or just curious? Kathy's in California too, right? I think. Or Oregon. Hi, Pam. Welcome in. Thanks for being here. Got all sorts of things going on in my head. You know, how they rumble around in your head. And there's, oh, Oregon. That's what I thought. All right. Hi, Beth. How are you? I bet you it's hot up your way. Beth's north of me. But north of me doesn't necessarily mean it's cooler. It could be hotter. 55. Oh, okay. In the winter, it will freeze and spend a few occasional nights around 30. Okay, that's not too bad. Then you got to minus 15 Celsius. Ooh. And I know 0 Celsius is 32 Fahrenheit. That's all I know. And that there's some sort of formula that involves the fraction 5/9. That's all. Beth's waving. Okay. Well, let's see what Robert has to say. I haven't had a chance to pre-read, and I never really pre-read the other ones, but they were like, as you know, they were individual, like essays, I guess, for want of a word. They were essays. So I'll just start reading, and I'll stop where it seems to be a logical place to stop and to be a good place to stop and pick up next week, if that's okay with you. And if it's not, oh well, that's the plan. Now, we've already talked about the refrigerator, and that is the subtitle of the book. Some observations from both sides of the refrigerator door. This book has a Hudson Bay start. In the glory days of fur trading in North America during the 18th century, the Hudson Bay Company was known for both its willingness to take adventuresome risks and its careful preparation for those risks. I had a Hudson Bay blanket. Anybody remember the Hudson Bay blanket? They were wool and they had these three beautiful stripes, usually red, yellow, and green or blue. I mean, obviously, I don't have it now because you wouldn't need it here. But trading journeys were habitually begun with vigorous enthusiasm, yet the frontiersmen always camped the first night a few short miles from the company's headquarters. This allowed the gear and supplies to be sorted and considered, so that if anything had been left behind in the haste to be underway, it was easy to return to the post to fetch it. Wow, that's pretty smart. A meeting was held with all participants to make sure they understood the nature and details of the expedition. A thoughtful beginning spared the travelers later difficulties. I learned about the Hudson Bay start when I began backpacking in high school years. It seemed such a sensible thing to do. To this day, I still make it a dimension of almost any trip. Cover a few easy miles the first day, check equipment, review maps, make sure I'm in sync with my companions, relax, eat a fine meal, go to bed early, and sleep well. The next day is usually a fine one, setting the tone for the rest of the way. In that Hudson Bay tradition, I want to pause here, not far from the beginning of this book, to speak of the two-person experience undertaken between reader and writer. First, I'll acknowledge that I am well aware of the canon of literary law that says a writer is not supposed to write in his book about the process of writing his book. Show them, don't tell them. Do it, don't talk about it. Don't talk about doing it. It is an admiration hammering home by every good editor and teacher of writing. And we have a writer here among us, a professional writer, Barbara, a teacher of writing. On the other hand, speech writers are told the contrary. Tell them what you're going to tell them. Tell them and tell them what you told them. I believe in both show and tell. My attitude is that I'm always talking to one person, and if I am to address you in any form, I ought to give you every advantage I can to understand what I have to say. This emphatically does not mean that I underestimate your intelligence. It means that I am aware how complicated communication is. It means that I would rather err on the side of telling you too much than run the risk of leaving you confused. It means I have profound respect for our differences, and I will try to bridge them wherever and however I can. I admit there is a division of opinion over this matter. There are those who do not like to read reviews of books and movies beforehand, those who don't want to read program notes at concerts, and those who do not like to know what the authors or actors or directors think about their own work before experiencing a performance. My wife is one of these. I am not, but we honor our differences. I don't know what your opinion is in this matter, so as a gesture of good faith, I offer you a choice here. The Hudson Bay start may not be your style. If you would like to plunge on into the rest of the book, please do. Just skip over now to page 35. If you'd like to know now what I have to say about the way this particular book is put together, read on. I think I'll stop here. Wouldn't this be a great place to stop? And then I will read on, and then, because we're on page 27, and to skip all the way to 30, oh, that's not that far. So I'm going to stop here, and we'll see what happens. And Kathy's saying amen. So I'm not sure what she's saying amen to. Amen that I stopped. Amen, I don't know. But apparently, I think, oh, okay, a wonderful place to stop. Hi, Angela. Yeah, I think so too. So we will stop here. And today is it 7? Oh my God, it is 7. It's 7/7? Is July 7? Yeah, it is. Yeah. Oh, wow. Yes, today is July 7th. Wow. Okay, interesting. Okay. So I'm I left you off on last Sunday with the pages for the July junk journal, and it was just the junk mail, as I recall, and I had folded it in half, uh, and I left it there because I said to you the struggle is real, and I would put it together, and oh, okay, okay, um, and I put it together. And now I can show you the. I mean, I haven't done the prompts yet. I've done some of them, but I can show you the finished journal. Ta-da! I'm very happy with how this came out. And underneath here is, and I even did a little button thing, is that the crunchy thing, the prime packaging. And I went into my cloth, my fabric chest, which is a cedar line chest that was my grandmother's, I do believe. And I happen to have a perfect piece of Timmy fabric. I mean, I didn't even have to cut it. It was perfect. Look at that. And I just stitched it on the sewing machine. I hand stitched the signatures in. There's only one really fat signature. And the stitching was, I don't know what it is. It's like a journal stitch, but not. But anyway, it's stitched together and it's not going anywhere. So it's all together. And I'm very happy with it. And I even have little pockets here. And I've done some of the prompts, so I will share those with you, and then we can work on another prompt or two. I love the crunchy. Yes, it just it's crunchy, 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 crunchy. So the first prompt was spark, and took me a while, and then I thought light bulb, like a spark. Someone got a spark, like an idea. So I have a little light bulb stamp, and as you can see, I stamped it, but then I filled it in with yellow embossing glaze. So I glazed it, and then these are some obviously fireworks, and I thought that this woman had a thoughtful look on her face, and that maybe she had just sparked an idea. And then I found some more for the July, and then I put, well, you can see it, but it is blue iridescent embossing powder. Yes, that's what's making it crunchy. It's a Amazon bubble wrap envelope. That's what's making it crunchy. Yeah, and you can see when I was heating the embossing powder here, it caused this to kind of bubble up. So I had this was bubbling up, and it didn't really go down, which I thought was kind of funny. It kind of looks like it's got pustules. So that's spark. And then the next one was really easy. It was postcards, and I have lots of postcards. So I decorated that with some postage stamps, and I've got a postcard from Becky and a postcard from Sharon Lombard. I stuck in here. Nothing earth-shattering here. Let's see. You were asking last week what happened if you use it. Yeah, it looks like it works fine. Yeah, I mean, it's sewed. Yeah, you could. Well, I guess you could paste paper on it. It would be hard because it's textured. Hi, Joyce. Sewing seems to be the best thing, and it's stitches fine. And then the next one was fold. Now I was really lame on that, but I'm going to remedy that fold thing. So I'm going to do another fold thing today. I'm going to show you that Robin McClendon did in her Patreon thing. It's really cool. And then I was watching, there's a whole bunch of people that are doing this. And Darcy Makes a Mess. I think that's the name of her channel. Darcy was doing it. A whole bunch of people were doing it. I'll show you what they were doing. If I can find what I did with it, because it is absolutely addictive. You take a magazine and you take a magic marker or a Posca pen and you just draw out flowers or whatever, and then you cut them out. And I made a whole bunch of them, right? And I put them in a little makeshift envelope so I could show them to you. And here they are. Oh, how lucky are we? Because I've got things piled up all over the place. And this is just, I'm telling you what, you will be. Hi, Dana. Yes. They are so much fun to make. I'll show you the ones I've got made. And then you decorate them. And you can decorate them with gold pen and, like dots. So here's one. And I just, that was with white Posca, gold, pen and gold dots. And these are just ads out of a magazine. And they're just decorated. And you can decorate them any way you want. Like so. I like that. And this one is really long and they get tangled up and they're so much fun. So I highly recommend trying this. Grab any magazine, and this was a Vogue, so it wasn't even like a florally one. And you got this jobby here. Didn't do much to that one. I can go back and decorate that some more. This one I did a little bit more too. So these are a blast. Hi, Belinda. Highly recommend. Oh, I guess I know who Shannon Green, of course. I think she was the first one I saw do this. And then everybody started doing it. So, again, it's really addictive once you get started. And you can just stick them, obviously some of these are probably going to, I kind of like that one. I really I can see where they're going to. Hi, Carla. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's see. Here's one I haven't decorated. Anyway, grab a magazine, get out a magic marker, Posca pens, whatever you got, and go for it. I've got a couple here that I made earlier. And this was perfect because this was on the cover of Vogue. And it was a big rose. So I just did a black Posca pen. I'll cut this one out real quick. And then I'll show you this really neat foldy thing that Robin McClendon did. And then I will show you some of my July postcard play. Apparently, that is just, hi, Scott. Now, Becky has been crocheting a kitty. That's hysterical. And I think the kitty's bigger than the kitty bed, right? I think the kitty ended up being. But when Becky took a picture, I can't remember the name of the cat now, the kitty. Buster? No, I can't remember the name of it. But when Becky put the new crocheted animal next to Jeff, Boomer. Okay, Boomer. It's a fat, yes. And little tiny legs. Hi, Angie. Boomer, yes. When you put Boomer in next to Jeff, now Jeff is this gigantic bunny rabbit that Becky made. Boomer doesn't look so big next to Jeff. He looks kind of dwarfed by Jeff. But Boomer is hysterical. He's got this big round body with little feet. And he kind of, when you're first making him, he kind of looked like a peanut, a big peanut, and that was really funny. And they came out of, I guess, a crochet magazine that Becky bought, and I guess there's a whole bunch of critters in there that you can play with, that you can make. So there's that, and let's decorate that since I have everything out. I did have everything out. Yes, I've got a white Signa pen. I just got these recently. They are the Uniball Signo pens, and these are really nice. You know how the white pens seem to be problematic. These are really juicy. I got a set of these, and I have a white one and a gold one and a black one. And then I bought another set that's got blue and red and green in it. But these are really nice. So let's just kind of go around like so. I'll only do one, even though. And I know everybody in here is very capable of creating these, but they are fun, I have to say. And they're going to get stuck on journal pages for sure. Don't like that. And how about some gold? Oh my God, that's awful. That should be against the law. God. I thought, it was bad when I was teaching. Well, teaching in New York, they went to school until the end. It's still 10 months. They get out in May. It sounds awful. But, when I taught in New York, we taught until the end of June. Here in Florida, we had already been out of school for a month. So summer break in Florida was really June, July, because we were back again in the beginning of August. It's still 180 days. It just sounds awful because after all these years, I still think of school starting the Wednesday after Labor Day. And that's just ingrained in my brain. And I thought that, I guess it was Colleen that went to, I guess she's the one that went to Walmart and came back with a gigantic school haul. And I'm thinking, they have school stuff out already? But I guess they do. If they're going back, the teachers are going back July 1st. Anyway, I put some dots on there, and they're still pretty juicy, but you can see, you can just put some dots and then it's done. So anyway, have fun with that. And here's a real long one I won't cut out. And here's another, well, I guess that's a kind of like a daisy. Okay. I'm sure you've all seen that. I wanted to share that with you. I'll move these out of the way. I need this for something. All right. Let me get these out. And that one needs decorating. All right, let me just stick this on the floor. Good thing I have floor all around me. And what do I'm just going to do a quick, and I think last week, I can't believe a week's gone by, but yeah, last week we were struggling, helping, everyone was helping me. Oh my God, Halloween stuff? That's awful. Okay, yeah. And your kids go back where you are, Angie, August 1st, August 2nd. Yeah. But we were out by May. So really, summer break vacation was May and June. So last week, Becky and many of you in here put some input in as I was struggling to build my first postcard. And I'm still laughing because Becky kept on saying the flower up on the right. And I didn't realize that you could see that far off my area. So this is how that card turned out. Again, I should have colored in this flower, this daffodils a little bit, maybe with colored pencils or something to bring it out. But I did outline it with a fountain pen because we talked about I needed to do that. So I did outline it with this fountain pen. And I had this was the remnants of a die cut I had that had numbers inside of it, but the skeleton of that ended up being a nice window. So that's July 1st. That's how that card turned out. July 2nd, I think I maybe very simple, just a picture of a bicycle, the rabbit, and then number 2. It looks like I have a tendency, which I always have a tendency to lean on. I end up doing this a lot. I end up just using pictures that I've cut out of magazines. That seems where I seem to go. And then we stamped, I think we stamped this. Maybe I did that on Wednesday, but this is an octopus stamp that I had. And this is a stamp that I had carved and we cut out and put her head on the octopus. And I stamped 3 with diversifying black ink that's wet and juicy. And then I added Timmy's embossing glaze to the thing. And I made a little video for that, but I don't know how well that came out. But that's the 3rd card. The 4th, I was really not inspired. And I had an old book on a 1936 book that was, so this was the cover of that book. And I just embossed a number 4. So that was for the 4th. And this was that's not, I shrunk down the cover of the book. And in that book, it had some, interesting pictures of how to say the Pledge of Allegiance, which I was advised not to use, and I think it was very, very good advice. And again, now I don't know why I saw this picture of Elvis. I don't know. I just thought Elvis, I don't know, belonged there. And I used my favorite teaching stamp, seriously, Now, I did use that stamp, but I only used that stamp on papers that were handed in by seniors because I could get away with that. Because seriously, they knew better. And I would stamp that across a paper that they handed in that was a piece of crap. And everyone thought that was funny, but they didn't when they, we laughed at that. I could not have done that with younger children, and I wouldn't have done that with younger children. Okay, you better feed your little July 6th. This is the Bauhaus ballet person. I have the stamp, and this is a vinyl chair. I don't know. That just went together for me. I just did that. So today's is just horrible, but the background kind of looked like old plaster. So there's a picture of the Coliseum, and I threw some stickers on. I really want to use stickers. So that's up to date. And I'm going to share with you tomorrow's, even though that's against the rules, but I like tomorrow. And the rest of them are kind of going to be quirky. I don't know. I'm just going to show it to you. It's just kind of, I like it. I like the little guy. And I think he's surprised because there's an olive branch literally next to him. And this number 8, really, I'm making my numbers. This number 8 really is 2 O's from the word look. And I turned it into a number 8. So that's tomorrow. So all I have to do is post a picture of that. And I'm not going to make it. I've got, so there you go. So I'm all caught up. And I've got some others too, obviously, that I won't share with you. But I'm ahead. I've got some. I love being, off June, July. Yeah, no. Well, yeah, we taught until the end of June. So in New York, and then went back after Labor Day. And I don't know whether they still do that or not in New York. I have no idea. And this early start, that was something totally new to me when I moved to Florida. I had never, again, I still haven't adjusted to it, even though I'm not even teaching anymore. Okay, let me just get these cards out of the way. And let me show you the foldy thing that Robin McClendon. And then I'm going to do some neat lettering. At least that's the plan. I have a name from my brother. It's big because he eats one. Oh, wow. Well, I guess if he's not overweight, it doesn't really matter. Okay. All right. Let me find there it is. Okay. This is what she did. And actually, I'm thinking of, okay. I'm sorry, folks. I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to use it on this printout. Maybe he has a hollow leg. Is he a teenager? Maybe he's growing. I know my teenage sons were like that. These are free. These were digi downloads from P&M Studios. And so I'm going to use this and fold this and in the way that, oh, he is. Well, that's not good then. So this is what she did. And I'm going to do this on big paper. And it's really cool. And I'm thinking I don't think it's big enough to hold a postcard, but she has a postcard book. So you do this, and it's really cool the way it turns out. Now, this is not going to be that cool because it's not double-sided. I hope you can see what I'm doing. All right, so you're going to fold this in here like this. And this is on resume paper, which is probably a little bit too heavy for this. Resume paper is it's 32 pounds or 30, yeah, other than regular printer paper is 20. So let's see whether this is going to work. Anyway, you fold this like this. I got to play a little video game with my oldest son this afternoon for a couple of hours. We were out killing bad guys. And I got a new machine gun. I'm so happy. And my youngest son, they're on the road today. They're driving to Western New York to visit their aunt. Okay, so that goes like that. Okay. I don't understand the metabolism thing either. Some people, can eat like crazy and they don't gain weight. I have a neighbor, a 99-year-old neighbor, and she is thin as a rail. I mean, literally looks like she came out of a concentration camp. But she can eat, man. I've seen her. I mean, she's not a picky eater. She just has one of those metabolisms that's just revving it up over time. And I get so upset. Oh, this will be my beef. I think it's everyone's beef, though, that all these lose weight remedies, they just take advantage of overweight people. Being an overweight person my whole life, and I know better, but they have all of these miracle things, and I don't know whether you see that stupid ass miracle coffee ad, and they show you everything but the last ingredient, and then you click on it and it goes on forever and ever, and they absolutely say nothing, and in the end they want to sell you something. Oh, it just drives me crazy. Oh my God. And the millions of dollars that they rip poor overweight people off. I mean, it's just disgusting. And of course, if I see these on my YouTube feed as an ad, and I guess if you click on one, then I'm just going to see them over and over, various versions of the same thing. And then there's one where something you do special to rice, and that burns, soups up your metabolism. And they say, oh, it's not your metabolism. They have all these other things. And I worked with a teacher, and he said it's mathematics. What goes in? A pound equals 3,500 calories. That's how much a calorie is worth. It's worth 3,500 calories. 1 pound equals 3,500 calories. And you can figure out exactly how many calories you have to consume in order to maintain whatever weight you're at, whatever it may be. And then you eat a couple of hundred less calories a day or a week, whatever. And mathematically, you will lose weight. But technically. But they can't figure out. Anyway, that Kelly Clarkson and those gummy bears, and everyone, then she says, oh yeah, people are not buying the right one, and that's why they're it's a big scam. Yeah, the whole thing's a scam. I can't, anyway. My parents were obsessed with my weight. So much to the point where my mother took me to one of those diet pill, doctors that back in the day, they would push those diet pills. I was in the 4th grade, for Christ's sakes. I was on speed. Yeah, counting calories. Yep. And doing the hard work. Yep. All right. These papers are gorgeous. Wait till you see what I'm going to do with them. Yeah. And counting calories, that's no. I could almost, at one point in my life, I could have told you the caloric content of probably almost every food out there. I can tell you, what's its calories. I knew all that stuff. I did Weight Watchers. Lost a lot of weight on Weight Watchers. I went from 196 to 126 on Weight Watchers. And it probably took about 6 months. Yeah, it was hard. I mean, my mother didn't have a weight problem, but I think she was very cognizant, of what she ate. I don't really remember that, but she always, my mom was about, like I am, about 5'1", 5'2". I've shrunk. And she weighed like 112 pounds or so. And I don't recall her watching what she ate, but maybe she did. As a kid, I wasn't really, all I know, I was on this, taking these, actually, it was speed. I didn't know it was speed. And then literally eating hamburger, just a grilled hamburger and cottage cheese. I'm 8 years old, for Christ's sakes. I'm in the 4th grade. So you have your parents on your back. And then, of course, kids are making fun of you because kids do, right? Kids are cruel. So I was short, fat, and wore glasses. But we've all had our bare, You have to try to wow. Using Lose It. Gaining. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard. Oh, I'm sorry, Adria. We can stop. I'm sorry. That's fine. Okay, so I have 4 of these now folded. And did I fold that twice? Yes. Now, wait until you see the magic that's about to happen here. And there will be magic. I got to get a piece of cardboard. Wait a minute. I have a piece of cardboard. Let's see. I will. Hopefully things won't come crashing down. All right. I'm going to use this. This is so cool. Let's open this. Open this. And this will be the cardboard. We'll recycle this. Yes. Now, she used some really cool paper that had like her scribble writing on it. But this should work. I mean, for demonstration, you saw what I did. There's a couple of folds, right? And one of the prompts for the book is fold. Oh, it's cooled down, Becky. 92. Wasn't it 101 the other day, Wednesday, or something ridiculous like that? It was just insane. Okay. Throw that out. Let's open this up. And I'll take this piece here. You could make this any size, obviously. Now, these are really big, and that's what she used, 8 by 10. And I have a smaller set. But, okay, so the next thing you do is you take this. Oh, that's right. You're in winter because Julie's in Australia. So you're going to stick this here. And you're going to stick this here. Now you can imagine if you jelly plated this, you could jelly plate it pictures so that they would be one picture, and then when you folded it, they would all come together. And I'm just going to stick this here like so, just so I can draw a line. And I'm going to stick this here so I can draw a line. All right. So that's going to go here like so. And here's my pencil. Okay. This will be like so. Okay. Oops. Now, she's calling this, and it's a no-sew book. Let me just cut this real quick. I'm going to cut it with the paper cutter because it's not super thick. Okay. All right. Cut that. You know, I bought that little guillotine cutter, the tonic one, which is a Timmy product. And I don't like it because every time you pull down the handle to cut it, you know, the guillotine thing, if you're not hanging on to the paper squirts forward. All right, let's do this. Because these are never 100% straight. That. I'm going to try to take just that little on. It has a conniption to show her. All right, let me just do this. Okay. I bought a new one of those little mobile book things because this one is falling apart and it was broken when I got it. I ordered it. It was supposed to be delivered today, but I haven't heard from the guy. I bet your flowers aren't digging it. I'm going to cover this since I have some more of that Digi download. Ooh, how about this? Ooh. Isn't this pretty? So why don't we cover this with that? So. That this way. Okay. I should move that in a little bit. Yeah. So, okay. Let me just glue this down. All right. Get some glue. It's one of those things. It's got rolly wheels. It's got wheels and it's got slants in it, so you can stick books or magazines in it. And I called it a rolling cart, but it's really a bookmobile cart, I guess, for books and magazines, because that's what they're calling it. And the one I bought from Temu was broken. It was busted when I got it, and I tried to fix it. And yeah, And I tried fixing it a second time and jerry rigging. It had like a broken leg or broken wheel or something. So I tried fixing it a second time. And of course, I have it overloaded with way too much stuff. So partly it's my fault. So I bought a little bit better one. So, but it hasn't arrived yet. I love putting stuff together. Yeah, where you are, Gail, you have wicked winters. Wicked. Isn't that a pretty? That's yellow. That is yellow. Yeah, yes, exactly, but not wood. It's plastic, but that's exactly what it is. Kind of designed like. This one's got like a little tray on the top where I can put, some pens and. I haven't checked my mail. I mean, I haven't gotten my, because I've noticed that if you order little stuff, Amazon has a tendency to lose little stuff. I can usually hear when they come in because my porch door kind of makes and slams, and I haven't heard the slam. So, all right. Whoops. Okay. And let me cover the other side. Let's see. How about blue? Now these are all, this is a digi download pack called Watercolor Whimsy, and it's at P&M Studios, 8.5 by 11 PDF format for quick download. That's what I am using here. So I'll stick this on this side. I'll put the glue on this side, and I'm using, this is Doris. Oops, can you see? Focus. No, it doesn't want to focus. Focus you. Yeah, Doris glue. And I've said before, I have a lot of Doris embossing folders. I used to buy them at Tuesday Morning, and I saw that they made glue, and I bought a 12 pack on Amazon. So I'm working my way through it, and I have to say I'm very happy with this glue stick, and it's not as expensive as Oohoo. It's not as expensive as the Elmer's. You remember the extreme Elmer's that all of a sudden became extremely precious, and when it became precious, so did the price. So I'm happy with it, and it's sticky, very sticky. So I would recommend it without any hesitation at all if someone's looking for a new glue stick to try. Huh. Oh, well. What did they do wrong? I must have put it the wrong way. And you obviously have some wiggle room because I just pulled that right off. There. It's not perfectly square. Jumbo sticks. Yeah, they're pretty big. Yeah. And they come in a case of a pack of 12. And the thing that they're packaged in is a great mark maker. It turns out to be a great stamp thing. I'll show it to you. This is how they come packaged. They come like this in a box and like this, $16.99. Okay, that's not bad for 12 of them. And that's how they come. And then this thing, I've already used it to stamp with. It makes great designs. Yeah, that's what I meant about the extreme. It's become, as my friend used to say, when prices precious. There was a guy that owned a lot in front of the school that I worked at, and the school would have loved to have had that piece of property to have a parking lot. But as my friend Dave said, that guy thinks that land is very precious, meaning that the price was very high. But then the railroad came through and bought it, so I'm sure he got his price. Hi, Janet. Good to see you. I am making a sewing-less book, I guess, a la Robin McClendon. Yeah, Uhu's really good too. That's a German glue. Okay, so now this is like the board for this thing, right? So the next thing you do is, I'm sure you've probably all figured it out, these get glued on like so. All right, so let's do that. And I'm thinking maybe since this paper is a little heavy duty, maybe I can use the glitter glue. Yeah, we can get, I can get Uhu on Amazon. But it's pretty expensive. I don't know how much it is in Australia, but it's whoops. Ooh. I just remembered there's no wiggle room whatsoever with glitter glue. I mean, when you stick that down, it is stuck down and there's no going back. Okay, so this is going to get stuck on here like so. So I'm going to turn this over. Oh, that'll be nice with the yellow flower. That'll be pretty, huh? My air conditioning just clicked on. Man, I don't know whether it's supposed to sound like a jet engine going off. But it does. I'll make sure I got this lined up otherwise. Okay, this is go here like so. It's not perfectly lined up, but it's okay. Now you could make this with, oh, I know, mine is running like it's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it's on. And it clicks off and it's back on again. You know, it would be really cool. Just thought of this. You could take old newspaper or newspapers and do what Jo Daffy used to do. She would lay out book pages. Like if you've got a lot of books and you've got a lot of books, like GUT, a lot of books, and you've got a lot of text, right? She would lay it all out and kind of glue them on top of one another, and then, but you could do that and then do this with that, which would be really cool. You accidentally search for glue sticks. Well, that is a glue stick. I'm not, yeah. This is, there's definitely a wow factor in this. Well, for me, it doesn't take much to wow me. Woo. Okay. This over here. Like so. And this like this. Squirt it down. Hold it. Keep it there, Ian. Keep it there. There's nothing else really new here. Oh, talk to my friends who moved to the west coast of Florida. So I'm going to probably venture over there next week sometime in the middle of the week. I'm going to try a new cat sitter. Some new cat sitters. They're a husband and wife team. I think I've said something, and I found them on an app called rover.com. And they're listed on there, and they've got, very good reviews, and they only live 1.5 miles from where I live. And they only charge $20 a day to come in and take care of Miss Lily. So I'm going to contact them and see if I can't. I'd like to meet them first, and I think that would be okay. I think they would. I just don't want to leave a key, you know what I mean? And with instructions. My cat sitter, I think I've told you this, she just got back from Africa, Tanzania. She went there did some missionary work for some church group, not her church group, but some church group that she heard about. And I didn't ask her whether she had to pay for her airfare or not. And then she bought a camper, a little van that's been converted into a camper, and she's decided to hit the road. She and her little dog, and I don't blame her. She said, if not now, when? I don't think she's quite as old as I am, but it's a good point. So, all righty. I was thinking that, make sure they're bonded. Yeah, I'm going to. See, that's true. And it's funny because it's when I decided that I needed to find a cat sitter. That's when I started seeing the ads for rover.com on TV. So I'm going to make sure they're bonded. My guess is that I would think they are, but you never know. Okay, so now technically, obviously, I would find another piece of paper, right, to cover this. I have maybe one sheet left, but for demonstration purposes, I want to show you what this looks like. So you're going to flip this over, and this is the book. Now, she did another layer of this. She did another 4 of these and glued those on. I'm only doing the 1 foursome, so to speak. But when you open this, this is what you have. You have this here and here. And if you opened it this way, here, here, and whoops, here, you can see what a big area you would have to put stuff, right? Isn't that cool? And open it this way. I was a little sloppy with the glue, unfortunately. So that opens that way. And I think she did it when she did another layer. She did another layer, another 4. She situated them so they went this way, and somehow it filled. I think it filled in these corners too. So there's the, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what she did. And then when she did another layer, she put them on and angled them so that they would open, so the whole thing is filled. It's too bad it's not quite big enough. You know, for a postcard, but wouldn't it be cool if it were? Okay, Gail, well, thanks for being here. Yes, you could make a little one to put in the center. Yeah, you could. I have a little tiny one that I'm going to put in my junk journal for the fold prompt. Oh, thumbs up would be wonderful. Thank you so much. Thanks, Becky, for the reminder. So that's it. I think it's pretty cool. I can figure out how it goes. So, and you could put all sorts of things in there. What, I don't know, but you could. I'll have to go back and watch. But it's no snow. It's technically a no sew type of journal, right? You could journal in it. That would be fun. Imagine journaling in this. I can't even talk. Trying to think. Oh, she put them this way. No, that wouldn't work. Could you do that? There's something that could she put them that way? I'll have to go back and watch to see how she a no snow. Yes, a no snow journal. Yes. You take this out when it's not snowing, or you write in it only when it is snowing, but that's it. I'll have to go back and watch how she did the other, because I don't think she put those on top of him, because that would be way, well, maybe she did. If you put that on top of that, could you? No, I don't know. Anyway, so that's what I wanted to show you. I didn't really expect to show you in such a big manner, but that's it. And I'll show you the little tiny one I made that I'm going to stick in the journal. All right. Put that on the floor. Okay, here's the little one, the little one I made. Okay. Which is much more manageable. And what this was a I thought I heard maybe the Amazon-y guy. This is from a notepad with bridge notes. These are all my bridge notes. I was taking notes when I was learning how to play bridge. So I used that. And I thought that would be, so let me just glue this on here. And then I'll stick that in my journal, and that'll be the fold part of my journal. It's like a big puzzle. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I just happened to see her make that this morning. It's a lot of times when I see stuff is in the wee hours of the morning because Lily has me trained. I'm embarrassed to say she's got me trained. Man, it's getting worse, folks. It's getting worse. It's earlier and earlier every morning. Maybe we'll get to a point where she pushes it back so much far, keeps pushing it back so much so that I can feed her before I go to bed at night. And then she won't bother me in the morning. She had me up at 5:30 this morning. 5:30. I'm embarrassed to say. That's what cats do. So it reminds me of those football. Oh, yes, yes, yes. And they would have the little goal posts and they'd flick them. Yep. It does. Yeah. Oh, you're 5. Wait for you. Okay. 5. Oh, my goodness gracious. Candy. It's a lot of kitties. Well, between Becky and her son Greg, they've got a lot of kitties too. See, this is nice about this. This has a little wiggle room. If I had used the glitter glue, I wouldn't have been able to move that. Okay. Oh, get up and play at 6 a.m. Oh, there's no playing. I will. And I have the food. It's all ready and it's already, kind of prepared. She had dry cat food forever, right? And then look at this. This is kind of like graph paper. It's just laying around. Why don't we stick that on this side? She's got arthritis like I have. Yeah, Becky's got 5. Yeah. And so I give her arthritis medicine. It's over the counter, Cosekin or something like that. I get it on Amazon. And it's powder. It's in a capsule, but it's powdered. It's meant to be sprinkled on food. Obviously, you can't sprinkle it on dry cat food. So that's how she came to have wet cat food. And I defined it and I figured it out that it was actually cheaper to buy tuna fish, plain old tuna, than the little tiny cans. But 1 can of tuna fish will be 4 meals. So she's not getting much. She's getting a little over an ounce. So I open the can and I drain it a little bit and I've sprinkled 2 capsules worth of the arthritis medicine on the food and then mix it all up really good. And then I keep it in a Tupperware container in the refrigerator. So she gets a quarter of that every morning. And that's how I get her arthritis medicine in her. Oh, really? Where you are, they're supposed to be kept indoors by law? Oh my gosh. Oh, Julie, back when I was growing up, our cats got put outside at night. Well, that's when they're nocturnal animals. Not at 6 o'clock in the morning. Uh-oh. And Joyce said her cat bit her yesterday. Yeah, well, Lily started biting me. A lot of the ladies in here know that story. And I Googled it and it tells me that means they're in pain and to take them, take them to the vet. So I took her to the vet. And I think $800 later, I was told that there was nothing wrong with her. So she continues to nip me occasionally. And I don't know whether, because we had another cat, a male cat, that she used to bite all the time. So maybe she thinks I am to be bitten. Let's see, I don't have anything that's, yep. Oh, wow. 5 or 6 in the morning? Holy mackerel. At night. Oh my gosh. Well, they did it was like a documentary on cats a couple of years ago. And it was really interesting, but it basically showed what lethal killers they are in the middle of the night and what the damage they do to the bird population and such. Well, that's kind of like graph paper. All right. So this is going in my journal, and I hope it fits. My nose is running. Okay. All right, here we go. It's a lot of work, a lot of folding. My hands hurt. Can't turn my phone off because of your aunt. Oh, okay. So this is, I'm just going to leave that. That's a fold, and we'll just do another fold. Oh, that's the next one I want to do. Whoops, I didn't want you to see that. Okay, let's stick this here. Will this fit here? It will. Okay. Let me cover this page. Let me cover this page with something, and what I want to cover it with is out of reach. Hang on 1 second, folks. Hang on 1 minute. Where to go? Where to go? Oh, yep. It's right under here. Just hang on 1 second. Oh, maybe I could use that. Yeah, I'll use a piece of that. That'll be fine. Okay. Oh, that'll be perfect because it'll match like the stuff. That's the right size too. Take that off a little. Okay, that'll work. I won't even measure the page. And 9 a.m. is a reasonable. Now, obviously, if you're working, the day's half over, right? Oh, that's true. You got to be, yeah. You got to be available. I got a thing in the mail for Architectural Digest. I didn't open it because I'm trying not to, every year I say I'm not going to subscribe to any more magazines. And every year I do. I don't want to see what a great deal it is. I don't want to know. So it's going to go like so. Okay. And that kind of matches that. It's kind of matchy match, right? I think I'm going to use double-sided tape on that. I did not have to do that, did I? Oh, well, I did. All right. This will go here. And yeah, that'll be fine. Okay. All right. He didn't have to do that, but it's okay. We'll just put a little glue here, a little glue here. Stick this down, stick this down. Put a little glue here. Stick this here like so. Okay. So this will be a nice fold feature. And maybe I know what I'll stick in those little things. I'll stick stickers in there because I have so many friggin' stickers. I went nuts, nutso, crazy, loco, and Timu, and stickers. I'm going to do this. Let's move this out of the way. I always find a way of doing it the hard way. I don't know how many of you are like that. If there's a hard way of doing it, I'm your huckleberry, as they said in the movie. Doc Holliday said that to Wyatt Earp. Talk about going on a tantrum. That was a great movie. I was going to do the zine. This is the first time I've not done a zine. And I knew exactly what I was going to do. I decided yesterday what I was going to do, but it's too late to do it because it's got to be to Janet Young's by the 15th. But I was going to do the Beatles song in an octopus's garden and use that octopus stamp that I have. And then I looked up the lyrics to the octopus's garden, and that was my earworm for the rest of the evening, in an octopus's garden under the sea. But I'm not going to have time. Even if I got it in the mail, tomorrow's the 8th. If it went out tomorrow, it's got to be to her the 15th. Yeah. Probably would get there in time, but I don't want to take the chance. But I was going to make it really simple. And I was just going to kind of watercolor the pages and kind of do like the lyrics and my octopus stamp. Okay. We're getting there. Well, I know. I've got so many too, Julie, and I never think to use them. And I was going to use them. My plan was I was going to use at least one sticker on every single postcard. Now, if I kept true to that, that's still only 31 stickers. And that's not even going to put a dent in them. Not even in the least. But it would be 31 stickers used, but I haven't done that. Okay, there. And now I'll put double-sided tape on that. And there are all my bridge notes, bitted suit of partner, and all of that. I haven't had an opportunity to play much bridge lately, so I'm afraid I'm going to lose. You know, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it, and especially with all of that stuff, to keep all it straight in your head. Yeah, I don't know whether Mary's going to be on or not. I would guess yes, because she wasn't on Friday night. Would she probably be on tonight? I almost went on Friday night when I saw that she wasn't going to be on. I really seriously thought about it, but I couldn't get my act together. All right, double-sided tape should hold that sucker down. Right. Okay. There you are. I knew you were hiding somewhere there. I'm going to use that size double tape. And then I have some really cute lettering. If I have some time. Oh, I do. see, and do this. Well, I was hoping that book thingy would come so I could put the busted one out for the garbage. But it's not coming if it hasn't come by now. I was able to make my dinner before I streamed. So that was good. I'm having pork fried rice made with leftover pork from the pork tenderloin dinner that I ordered at Carrabba's. It was really good. It was one of their specials. It was 3 pork tenderloins. You know, the tenderloin is like the filet mignon of beef. And there were little medallions about yay big. 3 of them wrapped in bacon with some sort of sauce on them. They were good. I only ate 1. I brought home 2. But when I cut them up to stick in the stir fry, they were really kind of, I don't mind my pork being a little pink, but they were pretty rare. And I suspect that if I probably would not have eaten it in the restaurant, I would have probably sent it back. The one that I ate in the restaurant was fine, but since I was going to stir fry these to make, pork fried rice, I was able to cook them a little bit longer. So that's in the wok, all ready to go. So it's kind of nice to have dinner ready after you stream. I can have my cocktail and then okay. So that'll be my fold factor. Fold factor. Okay. I don't like to cut my nails. They're just the right length right now. If you cut them too short, then you can't. This is a perfect length. Maybe. It's sticky. This is not going anywhere. There won't be anything left of this journal, but there'll be this. I think I got a little carried away. All righty. You had a Moscow Mule, yes. I think I even have the ingredients in my refrigerator for that. I think my son wanted a Moscow Mule when he was here. I don't have the copper mug to put it in, though. But I have the ginger beer. Isn't it ginger beer? And something else, Adria? So there we have our little fold factor. Woohoo! I thought that said shit. No. High side. It doesn't. It says high card, short side. I still don't understand what that means. Okay. So there is the fold. I would say that is a fold extraordinaire. I don't know what else goes in there other than ginger beer. I don't know what the alcohol factor is. I don't remember. I was a bartender, but I was in a kind of like a beer and shots type of bar. No one would have ordered that type of, it was not that fancy. All right. Now, another prompt is lettering. I'm looking at them. So I did fold. I did labels. And these are just sticker labels. I think you're right. I think it's rum. It probably is dark rum. Yeah. And these are Timu pizza for president, cannabis medicine, safety matches, and the RCA Victor. Now, lettering. I started this lettering, and and a little lime. Oh, okay. Yeah. I started this the other night, and this was one of the uh, segments in this year's Wonderlust is lettering. So they've got, one of them is brushes and tools, one of them is texture, one of them is printing, and one of them is lettering. And they're each like a month, I think 4 or 5 lessons. So this was one of the lettering ones where you painted a floral, and she goes through the whole thing. And she used Tombow brush markers, and I have Tombow wannabe brush markers. So I made that, and then on this side, I went through a lettering book that I have, and this is what I'm going to try to do while we're still on. I thought this was really cool. I kind of practiced it a little bit, so I'll show you what I want to do, and I want to put it here. So let me show to you what I want to do. And I love the crinkle, don't you? Okay. This is one of my many books. I've got so many books. I'm very easily enabled when it comes to books. So this is Creative Lettering and Beyond. Don't forget the Beyond. Walter Foster makes a lot of good art books. Can you see that? Okay. So this is what I saw this and I thought this was really, really cool. And it's when you do lettering inside of a letter. So you can see I was practicing. And I'll show you the page. And I have the black paper. Someone was looking. Oh, I'm sure maybe Dee Dee probably showed it. That would be my guess. I think 99% of my art books are Dee Dee inspired, Dee Dee enabled. Someone was asking about black printer paper. And I guess I have black paper, but it's not, I think it's black printing paper. So this is what I would like to do. I thought this was really cool. Oh, okay. That's why it looks familiar. All right, take care, Angie. And so I want to try to do this and put it in my journal. And the quote is really cool. It's an E.B. White quote, and it is, I get up every morning determined to both change the world, and I have a hell of a good time sometimes. This makes planning my day difficult. Oh, it's I get up every morning determined to both change the world, and I have a hell of a time. I have a hell of a good time. Sometimes this makes planning my day difficult. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I thought I kind of like that quote. So I have some black paper here. And I guess this isn't black typing paper. We were talking about typing, like printer paper. This is like construction paper. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw an L, and I'm going to use my white pen. And what I did was I measured the letters out. And I think I will cut those letters out, individually and glue those onto those pages. Excuse my reach. I'm reaching for a clear ruler. Okay. Let's see. Let's see how we can do this. I'm just going to measure this. And it is. Well, where's the inches? Okay. That doesn't really matter. It's 2 7/8. Okay. It can really be any size. I mean, 2 7/8. You see that? Okay. By approximately 2 inches. By a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, approximately. It's kind of hard to see on the black paper. And this is going to be a 1/4 of an inch too, I think. I mean, 3/4 of an inch, yeah. So let me do this here. Make a mark here. Go down like so. Start up here. Like so. That's not bad. Pretty even. And I'm going to cut it out, so if it's not quite square, it'll be okay because I'm going to cut the letter out. You can see that, right? And then this is real fat. So this is, why can't it be reasonable numbers? Why does it have to be some weird? Let me do this. Let's do 1.25 inches. You know what? Since I'm going to cut it out, maybe I will just do that square off to the side since I'm going to cut it out. So I'm just going to measure that over here. What did I say that was? God, I can't even remember. I'm sorry, folks. Yeah, 1.25 inches. Okay. All right, I'm just going to do that over here. Come on, don't fail me now. You know how these white pens can be so persnickety, right? That's a little bit less. Let's stick this over here. I'm going to go this way because that's wet. I'm smart in my old age. I knew it was wet. I don't know whether that's, let's see here. I say that was 1.25 inches. You hit it, Ann. You knew it. You hit it. You said it was wet. Yeah, you did. You knew it was wet and you hit it. Gosh darn it. Okay. Cross like so. All right. Good enough. Good enough. Good enough. You still with the program, as people say? Well, that's all right. And now I got to do the F. And the F, I do believe, is going to be the same as the L. So I'm just going to come over here. Make a mark here. Make a mark let's see. Oh, I'm eyeballing it. I'm going to make a mark here. Draw a line here. Kind of okay. Come across like so. And let's see, how far did that go up? Oh, only an inch. Finally, an easy measurement, an inch. That's wet, Ann. How wide is that? It doesn't look like that wide. Oh, a half an inch. Come out like so. Sorry, I'm so quiet. It takes a little bit of concentration. I don't really like to do anything like this that requires concentration because I'm not good at concentrating on things like this and trying to keep an eye on chat. You could talk amongst yourselves. I've given up measuring. Okay, that's when she's normally on, right? Because I always get off by 7. Well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad she's going to be on. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Maybe I will do some of the writing now. Thanks for looking that up, Aunt Bex. That was very nice of you. And she left, yeah. She left. I think she probably forgot that she asked you to do that. Let me do the E since we're here. I'm just gonna. That's funny. But you checked it out for her, which was very nice of you. 12. And if that's 12, then 12 what? I have no idea. 12 centimeters. It really doesn't matter, right? It's just a measurement. And Just looking for something that's easy. We'll just do a half an inch. Half an inch I can do, right? A half an inch is good. Come up a half an inch. Go down a half an inch. Oh. Let's do this. That's pretty. Let's do this. I'm just, yeah. It looks only like a half an inch, but that doesn't seem right, does it? Well, it's okay. If it's cockeyed, it's cockeyed. I mean, really, that's kind of. Honestly, if it's not upside down, right? Yeah. I'm sure she forgot that she asked you, Becky. But you did. You did what you found out for all of us. Do you remember when someone would ask a question, a lot of times as a teacher, you would figure that if one person asked a question, that a lot of kids probably had the same question, but they didn't want to ask it. Well, that looks like an E, right? All righty, now I'm going to cheat and do pencil, because the problem with doing pencil is probably not going to erase very well. But let's just see. This is dry. All right, so I'm just going to do this. I Okay, and I'll put it now. I'll do it in white so you can see. Because my pen has to work. Come on, don't. I get up. My T is a little wobbly. Hi, Teresa. And then here, I'm going to do a and this is the easiest thing. I get up, and then I draw a little arrow. A couple of dots. I get up. Now the every's a little tricky because it's a real thin skinny. Oops, every. So I'm going to switch to a thinner nib, because it's a very skinny every. Come down like so. Very skinny every. Now, maybe there. See, get up every. And then morning is in script. So let's go for morning. Every morning. Now, the oval thing, determined, is really hard. So I'm going to fill in this square that says, and it's script. To both. And then change is, well, color it in. Thank you guys for being here. And this is not going to fit. Shit. Excuse my French. I should say shit in French, right? Merde. Merde. That's not going to fit. That's okay. That's, well, you know what? It's for me, right? And it is lettering, right? Not too bad. Merde. M-E-R-D is shit in French. Why I know that, I have no idea. I did take French, but it was in between 4th and 6th grade, and I don't think they taught us that word in elementary school. Change. The world. Let's see. There. To both. Really? That's what you said? You say merde to your good luck? Like break a leg? That came out pretty good. All right. All right. Now the determined thing, I'm gonna draw that. It's a big oval. Let me show you what it looks like. How are we doing on time? We're doing fine on time. See, it's there. That big oval thing is it's the eye. It dots the eye, and it just is the word determined, and it's really scrunched in there. Well, I figured you wouldn't say break a leg, but that's what they say to actors and actresses, but you certainly wouldn't say that to a ballerina. So, Adria, you were a ballerina. That's cool. That was another one of my mother's brilliant ideas. My poor mother. She meant well. Me, ballerina lessons? Oh my God, I couldn't get my little fat chubby leg up on the bar. Oh my God. Talk about, oh God, poor mom. I was such a disappointment. Tomboy, short, fat, not, ballerina school. No. God. Getting my little leg up on that was not happening. That's rigorous work. But I think, Candy, I think the MERDE is the proper spelling of merde, French. I could be wrong now. Now I'm totally merge. I know merge is different than merde. Yeah, merges. Yeah, that's okay. I almost misspelled determined, which would be par for the course, if you know me. Well, I might make it. And this is good because I did it. I did it. And all I have to do is draw the circle around it. Look. I got determined in there and it's spelt right. The M's a little wobbly, but I'm happy. Okay, I looked up merde in French on Google and it said what you said. Okay, so I would say different spelling. Okay. It does mean shit, right? Well, Adria said that's what they would say to one another. So, people say weird things to people. Oh, I can't tell you how happy I am that came out. Woo! Woo, woo. Well, I tell you what. We've got 3 minutes left, right? And we're not going to finish this. So we've got 3 minutes left. So I can share. I found this. We went Thursday chat or Friday chat. These are forgotten English words, and some of them are really funny. They're not curse words. They're words that we've never heard because they're forgotten English words. And the word that we decided we liked the best was this word for swank. And we looked up how to pronounce it. The E is silent, and the word is for swank. And because you have the SW for swank. And the verb is for swink, and for swank and for is to exhausted from physical exertion, most commonly in the performance of household chores. So most of us are at the end of the day, we are forswanked or forswinked. And sometimes we have forswinked or forswanked because of too much of lava rock. And lava rock is sexual flights of fancy or mischievous merriment or involving whimsical gallops on horseback. So you could easily become forswanked from lava rock. So those are two forgotten words. So I will leave you with grog blossom. And that's not what you think it is. Grog blossom is a drunkard's red nose because his nose has blossomed red because of too much grog. Okay, guys, have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for being here, as in, oh crap. Yes, that makes sense, Adria. Absolutely. Oh crap, it's going to hurt. And it is. Oh my gosh, I don't know how that's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Thank you so much again for being here. Appreciate you. Have a wonderful week. Remember, if you can't be good, be careful and be interesting and kind. All righty. Bye bye. Mary's on.